Can you take us through that last shot? And can you tell us just this type of performance that you put up, the 5 threes, the 17 points, just the big buckets, that means what for you at this point in time of your career and for this team?
It's never really about me. We knew how important this game was to get into postseason. So, yeah, that shot won the game, but it was a team effort. We did everything we needed to do as a team. So happened I was the last one to take the shot. But I'm just grateful to be in this position. It was a team effort. It's just not about me. It's never really about me. It's always about the team, and I'm going to do whatever I got to do to help the team win.
For either of you, is there something fitting the number of close games you've played the second half of the season to have another one come down to the wire to finally clinch this playoff spot?
I mean, I think that we could say that we were able to win a game like this from experience. You know, we've been in a lot of tight games to the end, and over time, we've been able to train that muscle. You know. And to be able to do it in what ultimately was a playoff environment. I think even a lot of the games that we played in August felt like playoff environments. I can't help but believe that it will prepare us for, you know, what we're going to be able to experience in the postseason. So, you know, a step in the right direction, being able to come out on top is really what we wanted.
Nneka, with all the ups and downs this season, you could have still got into the playoffs even if you didn't win this game technically. But to earn it, to get the win, how much does that mean to you guys?
Yeah, that's important. You know, in my experience, this is my 15th season, so being in a position where you have some level of control of your destiny is incredibly important. You don't ever want to leave it to chance or leave it to someone else's hands. You know, I've been in situations, we've been in situations where we're sitting at home hoping that a game goes one way or the other. And quite frankly, that's not how you want to enter playoffs anyway. You know, it's the reality of it. It happens at times. But that's really not how you want to go into a season where it's win or go home. So I'm glad that we were able to earn that.
You guys walked in with a bit of an entourage. Just wondering if you can kind of share who you have here tonight supporting you and what it means to you to have them to support you here tonight specifically. Well, I don't know if they're all with E or someone with you, Nneka.
She has like 60. I have like 2 people.
No, don't do that. Don't put it all on me. I'll have my dad, and I have some close friends that's here with me that's been supporting me. So, yeah, I don't have 60, though.
She rolls deep everywhere. But one thing about her is that when she rolls deep, it's always the same people. It's never different people. So I think that shows a lot in terms of the type of person she is. But I have a member of my personal team, Nicole, here. And then, of course, everybody kind of knows him. His name is Peter Ogwumike, but I call him Playoff Pops.
Yeah, he's sharp, too.
He always shows up. He's over there. He probably doesn't want attention right now, but he's over there in the corner. So Playoff Pops. His winning record, your winning record is pretty good. Yeah, he has a pretty good winning record. So we're going to see him for game 1 for sure.
Nneka, I know throughout the year we've talked to you so much about Erica, but can you just expand on her game tonight, you know, from earning her spot on the roster in preseason and just to come up so big for you to, you know, punch your postseason ticket?
Yeah. I wouldn't say you earned your spot. I think you did work to be on the roster. But I do know that she came in with a selfless attitude, wanting to be able to contribute in whatever way she could. Started off coming in off the bench, then started, and then is now, once again, our 6th man. And one thing about E is that she plays with a lot of passion. And that's something that you need, especially with that type of fire coming off the bench. She takes a lot of pride in kind of being the general of the subs. And I think that having that type of dedication, it takes a level of humility. But then she also understands that I told her today and our team, you know, what happened tonight that's greatness. You know what I'm saying? You got to want to be in those moments. You got to want to and people watch it on TV, and they see it, and they're like, oh yeah, I could do that. That's why not everybody can do it, you know? And I really, truly believe that we have a gang of people on our team that can be in those moments, and I think E did an amazing job of displaying, taking the opportunity to capitalize on being ready.
Kind of on that note, E, is back here, this was a team win, of course, in every way, but for you, I mean, that's what you grew up playing in the driveway, wishing that you had the opportunity to do it, and you did it with all of that on the line. How special is that?
Super special. Think about when you're a kid and you're in the driveway, counting down, 5, 4, and you hit the shot. I just did it live. I mean, those are the moments you live for. And in front of this crowd is amazing. So for me, I feel good. I'm still shaking. My dad keep hugging me nonstop. So I just feel amazing. I'm happy we're in the postseason.
I know the fans were really tense heading down into the fourth quarter with another clutch game. You could feel it in the energy. And today you guys able to get that win. How much now when you go into the postseason is a veteran group that's been there and you know how to say it's 0-0 now? How much do you feel a weight lifted maybe? Like, okay, we finally had the law of averages work in our favor to win a close one and move that into the postseason?
I definitely feel good about our experiences playing close games. And, you know, going into the playoffs, there's a lot of perspectives that I hold. Of course, what's in front of me, you know, being on this team and what we've been through, how we got here, but then also tapping into my acumen. You know, I've played in a lot of playoffs, and I've also not played in playoffs. And so trying to use a collection of those experiences to bring my best self as I am today to the postseason, I think is incredibly important, because when you do something for a long time, yeah, you have the foundation of your discipline, but every moment is different, you know? And so I think the readiness comes from being disciplined and having that foundation, but then any big moment can happen at any point, and leaning on yourself, knowing that you've prepared for that, is really kind of the mindset that I try to have going in. But right now I'm currently thinking about a day off tomorrow.
Oh,
so
God, I can't wait.
That's all I'm thinking about.
No, it's kind of the same thing, like she said, the discipline. As a veteran group, we have our routines. We don't go outside of it. And that's the thing I love, because you can see Nneka is in the gym before anybody, sometimes leaving the last one. So I think for me, just staying disciplined, getting on the gun. I've been on the gun every morning, taking my shots, and those are shots that I'm getting in the game, so just staying disciplined. I think my dad may need to stay a little bit. I need some more good food, so maybe that may play a role. I got to talk to him about that. But just staying disciplined and ready and recovering, because it's 0-0. May the best man win.
Pre-game, Coach Quinn mentioned that there are now some days off after this. You just mentioned how nice that is. Before the game, you probably aren't thinking, oh, we have one game fewer, you know, people are playing it next. But now, is it nice to think, well, we can actually relax, and we are looking at the TV and just watching and seeing who we're going to play?
I don't think it's a relaxed thing. Even though we probably have a day off, we're not going to just sit around and do nothing. We're going to do something. But it's just kind of like take a beat, decompress, but still be in game on, getting ready to see what we got next.
Yeah, I'll be laying down, but I'll be watching the games. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really relaxed, y'all.
Yeah, it's not that.
That's
like,
not until after everything's done.
The brain is still
Right.
going.
Mm-hmm.
All right, final question. Ariel, go ahead.
Erica, I feel like you of all people really just feed off of the energy, and like you really come alive when they're behind you. I think even back to the Lynx game earlier this year when you had one of your best games too. What is it about playing in front of this crowd that you can just step into the moment?
I think naturally I have a high energy. I don't think anybody needs to get me up to have energy. But this crowd is amazing. They feed off any little thing. They yell. So I'm just engaging and making them be even more louder. So for me, I have fun with it. I think that's the best thing that these fans love to see us do, is to have fun with it, because at the end of the day, it is a job. But the more you have fun with it, the easier it is. And I think I take that path to have fun with it and be able to give my energy to everybody. Like, I'm not just like this on the basketball court. In the house, I'm very annoying. I get on everybody's nerves. So it's not just a facade on the court. Like, that's naturally how I am, and I just bring energy, and that's my aura.
Thanks, E. Thanks, Nneka.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, Percy, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, can you talk about Erica's performance today? Just with the threes and just that last shot there, just just the idea of having somebody being able to come off the bench that you can rely on for like big minutes.
Yeah, Erica's having a career year this year, and it's the threes, it's the defense. You know, she was also guarding Burton in a lot of possessions and really into her body and, you know, taking care of those coverages that are really difficult to defend. We talked about this pregame with they run. And then, you know, her percentage is crazy, catch and shoot. But to see a big moment and to seize the moment, we talked about this a couple of days ago. A game like this is a defining for, you know, whether it's careers, the year, the season for players. And that was a big shot and a big moment. And she's had multiple moments like that this year. But the trust that we have in her, that her teammates have in her, she puts the work in. And she's a really good shooter. And to have somebody come off the bench and give us a boost, it was needed. But like I said, on both ends of the floor, not just one end of the floor. And she's done that all season. Super proud of her performance tonight.
Given what you mentioned pregame about feeling like a competitor going into this, how important was it to take care of business and clinch a playoff spot instead of relying on somebody else, especially in that fashion?
Yeah, it's super important to be able to control your own destiny because, as you know, at the end of the season, some teams are resting. You know, there are, you know, different things that are coming to play, so you don't ever want to rely on other people to win, lose. And that's not a good feeling. To be able to, you know, seize the moment, take care of business on home court against a team who is trending really positively. Shows a lot of resiliency, but also we can breathe a little bit, just knowing A, we're in, but B, we're not relying on, you know, other people to control our future.
What's your emotions from this?
Elise.
Hi, honey. Is it more relief? Is it happy? Like, give us your pie chart of the emotions that went through your mind when that final buzzer sounded and you were in.
Yeah, it's a lot of emotion. You know, obviously this is how this year has been, but A, yeah, relief is the first thing. B, is proud of this group. You know, so many things, we're going through a lot, and you know, how we ended the game with a defensive possession, just fighting to get the ball, and just kind of epitome of like us this year, just, you know, fighting and fighting, sometimes coming up short, and, you know, and things not going our way. But the exhale is also for them. You know, the player, they work so hard. You know, they're so connected, and they want it so bad, and to be able to, you know, say that we're in. We talked about this earlier. We win, we're in, and to say that we did it is a lot of gratitude, a lot of pride in that, and just super happy for the group.
Coach, you were down 10 late in the third period, but you guys as a team overcome that and have a fantastic fourth quarter. What did you see in that fourth quarter that worked so well for you guys, and what does it mean come playoff time, especially another kind of tight game that goes down to the wire, and you guys are able to get it done?
Yeah, we went on a 10-0 run to start the fourth, I believe like a 13-1 run, and part of that was our transition, getting some easier buckets. E got some threes early, and then Slim getting to the free throw line was big for us today too. You know, and making 8 for 8, I think. Yeah, so, you know, there was where we're getting stops. We're actually kind of mixing up our coverages a little bit. We were aggressive. We were able to get some deflections and some steals, and you know, the team was really locked into the variations of those coverages, and you know, having had so many close games this year, and sometimes it's a call here or bounce there, we have a lot of experience because of all of the games that we went through, finishing on a defensive side of the ball, sometimes getting an offensive possession. And, you know, all of those things matter in a game like this. And, you know, the information that we received during those games, the deposits that we received in those games, you put it into these moments and you pass the test. You know, it's like studying for the test. We passed the test today.
Ezzy was 2 for 2 from 3 tonight. It feels like she's been
Yeah.
shooting pretty well from 3 the last several games, and the big ones at big
Yeah.
moments. What have you seen from her in terms of that 3-point shooting and what's working for her?
Just the trajectory, honestly, if we're talking mechanics of her shot, there's arc on it. She's stepping into it. You know, a lot of her threes are above the break, but she's got corner. She's in the corner a lot too. But to me, just confidence. But prior to that, it's the reps that she's putting in, and I think she picked up that routine later on in the season, and I think just kind of sticking with it and staying with it, and that's what you're seeing, a culmination of that hard work, you know, and because of however teams are guarding us, a lot of times she is going to be open, and sometimes it's, you know, getting to the next action, but a lot of times is having confidence and stepping into that. We're going to continue to need that type of confidence. I'm also really happy about the 9 rebounds from Ezzy. I think the activity is super important for us when we talk about a player who can, you know, impact the game in a variety of ways.
Coach, to directly build off of that with the rebounds, I mean, you guys win the rebounding battle tonight. I know that's been a topic of discussion all year. That, in addition to the 16-second chance points, how big was, you know, getting to the boards in this one? 13
offensive rebounds, right? Yeah, I think it was huge, especially against a team like the Valkyries who pack it in and, you know, make you take a lot of jump shots sometimes and sometimes go away from the rim, to be able to, A, win the rebounding battle, which has been our deficiency, but B, give us second opportunities. It's huge when you talk about, you know, having some a variety to what we do offensively, not settling for threes, being efficient around the rim and in the paint, and just giving us some, those plays are momentum plays too. Those offensive rebounds a lot of times turn into dagger threes, which is a difficult action to defend in basketball, but also, giving us easier opportunities to score. That stuff matters. Yeah.
That fourth quarter comeback, how close is that to your team's identity, and how will that, you know, pay dividends down the stretch into the playoffs?
I mean, we've been in a variety of different games, up, down, and in between. I think that we've shown that we can be down and fight, and I think that's part of, you know, what we do. We don't say die. We're resilient. We find ways to stay in games, get those possessions tightened up with whether it's defensively or offensively. We have vets on our roster who have been through a lot of different games in this league, and we're going to continue to rely on that. But to know that we are, you know, capable of playing fast, slow, physical, it is going to matter in the playoffs for sure.
Hey, Coach. Erica Wheeler's 3-point attempts were generated by a lot of open looks from her teammates. What does it mean to see her confidence grow, given the opportunities that she's taking to actually shoot it when she's open?
Yeah, I mean, statistically, if you look at our roster, she's one of the best in that category. And so we continue to empower her, encourage her to take those shots. Sometimes I get on her when she doesn't, because she's efficient from that area, and we do need our 3-point shooting. We need 3-point shooting, especially when she's in the lineup. We need her to take shots. So her teammates know that. We, you know, position her on the floor where she can, you know, actively be in the play to take those shots. And it's so impactful and huge when she's able to be efficient from that area of the floor, give us a boost with our threes.
Final 2 questions, Cam, and then we'll go back to Elise.
Hey, Coach, 25 points you guys allowed in the third quarter, and then you follow that up with allowing 12 points in the fourth quarter, obviously crunch time. Would you elaborate on what went into that?
I think at the end of the third, a saloon got loose on a 3, if I believe. Up to that point, I thought, scoring 20 was good. We weren't, our third quarter lull didn't come into play. And then, like I said, in the fourth, beginning the quarter with a different coverage on that ball screen, being a lot more aggressive, getting in the open floor and being efficient in that area and finding ways to string along, stop, score, stop. And I don't remember the first time out that Nat called. I think I looked at the stats. We was 12-3, 4. I don't remember, but I think allowing our defense to dictate what we did offensively, speed up the Valkyries a little bit, gave us a lot of momentum to start the run.
Would you, as a coach, rather be on defense for the final play? And then also talking points in that huddle before you went out there, 18 seconds left to go. You had a 1-point lead. What was it that was the key on that possession to getting a stop?
Defense, but the score being a little bit different though. Maybe tie game, up to defense. I'm not. But I think we do have a group who's really locked in and committed to those moments, defensively especially. They went big, and I would repair the possession before, so sub Gabby in to kind of match that size. And then our coverages kind of, Nneka was really good in that timeout, just being clear with what those coverages were. We didn't, change up anything. We were base coverage, and at that time, we knew it was going to be one-on-one, mano-a-mano, at a timeout, told them rebound timeout, but that ball was kind of loose. I think we got to, the saloon dagger 3 attempt. Kate Martin was in there, got her hand on balls, and then we kind of got loose. So it was solid defense, communicative, guard your yard, one-on-one, communicate, switches were necessary, and then finish the play with a rebound.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.